Greetings to all. This is Hiral Kavlani. Would like to welcome Dr. Suresh Bansal, who is renowned neurologist. Dr. Suresh Kumar Bansal, DM Neurology, 1985. After doing his medical graduation with distinction, who received 4 silver and 1 gold medal, in 1970, qualified MD General Medicine from PGIMER, Chandigarh, UT, India. In 1976, qualified ECFMG from Pennsylvania in 1974, served National Public Health in Himachal 1977 to 1982, and later qualified DM Neurology from PGIMER. Thereafter joined PGIMER Neurology faculty till 1994 as Associate Professor. So, Dr. Bansal, I welcome you here, and we would like to hear something about yourself from your words. Welcome, Sureshi.
Thank you very much, Madam Kaplani, and thanks a lot, the viewers. It's very nice that my formal acquaintances has been told, but I'll just add to it. My journey, I'm 74 years and my journey is long. It started from, basically, I'm from the countryside, and my journey started from the cotton fields in somewhere in the North India. And slowly I went up to crossing almost all the routes. And I will not say hurdles, but by virtue of the passion, compassion, and hard work, I could have a smooth walk. And I reached even up to the National Institute of Health, which is federal government best hospital, where I went over there on a WHO assignment for 6 months. See, as far as my medical expertise is concerned, I'll say I have been exposed to almost all the levels. Let's say from the developing country like ours, India, I have worked in the grassroots level, like in villages, in even national malaria eradication program, or maybe polio eradication program. And thereafter, I have worked in the medical colleges and the Postgraduate Institute of Medical Sciences, which is more of my alma mater. Is one of the institute of national importance directly placed under the Parliament of India. So thereafter, I have been clearing ECFMG equated with the medical graduation of America. However, I continue to stay in India. And after taking this post-doctoral degree in PGI, joining the faculty, I was teaching to the MD students, to the MD student of medicine, psychiatry, pediatrics, and then surgery, neurosurgery, DM, and I was examiner to the DM neurology also. See, that was what was my medical journey. But I'll say, during all this thing, there was a keen interest. Anyway, I was having passion for behavioral sciences. So by virtue of that, near to my alma mater, PGI Chandigarh, there lies the Punjab University, and there is a good library as far as the Punjab University is concerned. So becoming its active member, I was having a keen interest in getting through in anthropology, sociology, psychology, and by virtue of my passion and interest, I did come to know or come to understand the human behavior since last 7 decades. So that's what I will say about myself. We can continue ahead as for the other questions are concerned.
That's quite impressive, Dr. Saab. Would you like to tell us that what makes you developed this interest of writing? How come this interest developed in you that you started writing books?
Okay. You see, as far as the medical sciences, especially where I come from, there is almost a must, and otherwise also we need to write publications. And I have 3 dozens of publications in the national and international journal, and presently also almost everywhere in North America, number of times in American Epilepsy Society, European Federation of Neurology, International Stroke Association, World Federation of Neurology in Sydney, in Kyoto, and in India also. I organized one of the World Federation of Neurology also, 14th one in New Delhi, which happened in India at that time. So as far as the writing is concerned, I was writing as far as the medical papers are concerned, scientific papers are concerned, and I did write medical books also. But as far as my interest in writing paramedical type of writing or behavioral science is concerned, I did wrote articles in the newspapers, national newspapers, and in some other forums also. And by virtue of that interest only, I am the president of Indian Association of Age Management. I am very much keen serving the senior citizen. And by that virtue only, I have served for almost 25 years in some of the religious place like Gurdwara Sahib. For 25 years, this is just like NGO. So this is the work more like you can say extracurricular, or you can put it more like a paramedical.
Oh,
Yeah, but
that's
as
really
far as this
nice.
book is,
Sir,
yeah.
yeah. I was about to ask, what is your latest book, science and science fiction highlight?
Yeah. This is something which was, you can say, cribbing my mind since 2 to 3 decades. See, my father is the guiding force, or you can say a stimulus or a teaser. I don't know. But as far as this book is concerned, this is basically science and science fiction. And this script highlights mainly the neuroscience, which is taking its shape in India, but surely well developed in North America and Europe, certain part of Europe. And this does take care of neuropsychology also, along with spiritualism and philosophy. You see, all this is important, plays a very important role as far as our living is concerned, or daily living is concerned. As far as this book is concerned, uh, what I feel is that this is going to help managing our own mind intricacies, solving conflicts, and formation of the healthy relationships. Because we live in a relation. Human beings are basically emotional, basically other animals too, but more so with the humans. We will be able to learn through this writing how to make the best balance between one's own strength and weaknesses. No one is perfect. There are always pros and cons for everything. So what best can be tarnished or can be achieved should be achieved and can be achieved. Most of the time we may not be fully aware of it. The idea of writing this book is to generate the knowingness, the hidden knowingness with which we are all been given a sort of armamentating by the Almighty. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Sir, is it like a self-help self-help book?
You see, number of time as far as the self-help books are concerned, of course, they are supposed to be good. No one comes on this earth with the full knowledge. We may be having intellect, but we have to change the intellect into intelligence and then to wisdom. It can take time. This can vary depending upon so many factors as far as the reading is concerned, parenting is concerned, schooling is concerned, or the type of material one is put in. See, self-help book is of immense use by virtue of the fact that these books, they do give something to know, to add to a common man or a person who is deficient in some field. But to my knowledge, as far as the self-book is concerned, as I said, everything is having pros and cons. Self-book prima facie, this is good, but it is having very short self-life. See, people may go through that. They will really appreciate this, but they will not be able to, by default, all human beings, as the Albert Einstein said, we know something. Everyone knows something more than the other person sitting before or side of a given individual. But for how much time you are going to take up that positive message, that is very, very important. And that's lacking as far as the self-help book is concerned. One of the shortcomings of the self-help book is that most of the people may be carried away by its good efficacy or transient efficacy, and they may get into more like a addictive reading, buying more and more books, self-help books. But my philosophy of giving this is again a sort of not exactly self-help, but we can make self-help anyone, anybody, because all of us are we are having different individuals. We do have our own personality, mindset, thinking, we own likings, dislikings, interpersonal relations. So everything is different. Even in the, I'll say the twins, they are having a different sort of philosophy, different type of mindset, a different type of intellect. So that's why I thought of writing this book by virtue of giving such a thing, so that everyone whosoever read it nicely, carefully, and is able to comprehend properly, can make one's own self-help book. Because it's I don't know, someone is tasting good for one given buffet, someone else is requiring something else. So we are all different individuals, so we should be able to make differently, and that will be wonderful in case self-help book is available. And over and above, there is another important thing, because the self-help group which is holding true and is of value today may not be of use after a few years, because the environment changes. There are so many types of variable which is affecting the present day more so because of the scientific explosion. As far as the human value is concerned, as far as the present lifestyle is concerned, the challenges we are facing. So that's why I feel that the shelf life of simple self-help book may be short, maybe few years, even if this is read in between the line. So, with that sort of philosophy, I wrote this book and kept all these variables in conversation. Like as I said earlier, this is, of course, neuroscience, neurology, psychiatry, philosophy, and spirituality. Because by virtue of this, I have touched all this topic in a stepwise way. In the stepwise way means, because in case we are going to know XYZ, it's better to know ABC also, because it's fine if someone is okay. I say that's I'm comfortable with XYZ, but then if someone knows the ABC or knows the basics or the roots or the cause of the effect, then it's always better. So that's what was my focus while this writing this book. So I've gone stepwise in this book to make the best recipe. Basically, I have provided the ingredients to make a recipe of one's own choice. So there can be variability, there can be so many type of it's nothing like a buffet which is served nicely in a restaurant on the table. For this we have to move a step forward. We move to read in such a way to conceptualize what I have written, because once the things are conceptualized, then you are having enormous power. You will understand why there is a brain, what the brain is doing, in which way this is getting affected as far as the aging is concerned, in which way if there is some sort of problem, or we can delay aging, or some sort of problem to which we can find solution from our own self or from others persistently. For example, if we all of us we want happiness, then that's what is the ultimately goal. But happiness is we'll all agree that this more like a situational, or this can be maybe one of the event. It doesn't goes parallel with our journey, and it's not everlasting. So to make the everlasting happiness, to come out with some sort of that self-help book or writing, this is the place where I've done the work.
The language is easy. I think it can reach to all the readers of all genre. They can easily read and grasp whatever is written in that book.
Yeah, you see, that's okay. Basically, you see, it's not a casual reading. Most of the time what happens, because we are all of us, we are short of time, we want shortcuts, and by virtue of that we take a book or buy a book. And of course everyone would like to have the best value available to one's hard money spent. So with that sort of philosophy, if I'm asked that it's a casual reading, it's not a casual reading. It cannot be a casual reading, because casual reading is read casually and taken casually. I will not say that the self-help
True.
book should be taken casually. It should be
True.
taken seriously, because
Yeah.
unless we mean to work on this, work on the knowledge which we have gained, work on whatsoever is armamentarium, whatsoever. For example, if I'm having money power, muscle power, social power, financial power, relationship. So unless I just take out the best out of it, then this is not going to be a useful exercise. So likewise, as far as this book is concerned, this is little serious. This is of course a simple language. It's written in nice English, and this will be of immense use for those who are little serious in reading the things. Something like graduates, postgraduates, entrepreneurs, corporates, or the knowledge seekers, or the deep readers, philosophers, the neuroscientists, this medicals. They will have a lot of things to know from this book. This really tells you this is pure science. This is based on science. There is the data which contains pure science with along with my 52 years experience, because I do have experience, of course, in neurology, psychology, and other aspects. But still, in the present day, added to the experience available world over, I'll say the collective experience. So by virtue of the collective experience on the firm footing, this book has been thought of and has been written. And it's not a simple my self-made book. It's not my self-made writing. It is the writing which is well accepted world over by the scientists. And because this book is otherwise self-help book, most of the time is just one's own self-experience, or maybe hearsay from here and there. That is not on the firm footings. Now, as far as this book is concerned, this is having a solid, firm footing of scientific basis, which can be further amplified with the help of the investigations. I'm not saying that I've elaborated or gone into detail. I wanted to make it more like a medical science book. So maybe, in the present day, we can know about the intricacies of the hidden treasure within us, of that of our brain, by virtue of the investigations like MRI of the brain, or functional MRI of the brain, or the PET scan of the brain, or maybe so many other psychometric analytic tests. So I'm not touched that in detail, maybe casually referred here and there. But whatsoever it is there, whatsoever is written, is surely on good scientific basis.
So, sir, what makes this book special and different from your other books?
Yes. You see, other books, because even I'll say from the different perspective, as far as the writer perspective or the reader perspective, most of the time the book which I have written, this is more like on neurology. I have written even a chapter in the Bible of Neurology, which is named as Winken and Bruin, which runs in something like 70 volumes. But you see, that is more like for the neurologists, more like for the doctors. But as far as this book is concerned, this is not only focused for the medical or the paramedical. The main idea is to impart or to share my experience and the world's experience, which is given to almost all of us, but which we are overlooking. We are more sorry, but we are more like sleepwalkers. We try to live somebody else's life. We just don't know what is all vested in us, what is there in our subconscious mind, in which way our conscious mind. We keep on saying, okay, he's she's headstrong or heartstrong. Whether there should be one head or heartstrong, or there should be one who is going to make the best middle path or the best balance. You see, this is everywhere. In the present day scenario, even sitting over here, I'll say, I also, you also, or everyone also have to find the best balance between our commitments to our family as well as our commitments to our work. So same is true as far as this book is concerned. I have given the ingredient in such a way you can make the best which suits you.
True. Sharing is caring. And I would like to ask, sir, tell me something about the launch of your book now.
Yeah, that's you see, I'm almost on the finishing touches, but still there are always remain some hiccups and some teething problems as far as the releasing of the book is concerned, and I foresee that this will be launched in somewhere in August this year. So this will be launched in different forms as the time goes. And of course, this will be in the digital form on the Kindle or Amazon or such like platforms. Or this will be in the paperback form also. and later in case the public in general or the readers, from the readers' perspective, in case they wanted it in the form of this audio book, this can be in that shape also.
Okay, sir. Sir, is there any special targeted population for this
I'm
book?
not audible, so sorry. There is some music going on because this is a festival day today. It's a Lodi day in
Lodi.
India. Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, I asked, is there any special targeted population for this book?
Yeah, the targeted population, I'll say they are basically uh, late 20s or 30s. Of course, all of us, we need both the things, vertical as well as horizontal experience to make the best whatsoever is available. But my focus population or the target population is, as I said, that should be graduates or around graduates, maybe more than +2, surely. And those who are having a postdoctoral degree or postgraduates, medical, paramedical, I'll say from all the walks of life. And more so from the 12 countries, because they are already having moved some more steps as compared to the developing countries. Yeah, but this is good enough for all each and every one word over. I'll say this carries a lot of substance of value.
That's good for all of us. So, sir, in the end, would you like to give any message to our readers?
Uh, you see, it's one of the important thing as far the reader is concerned. My only thing is what I have seen during my practice also, because it all depends upon the doctor to doctor. When I see my patients, I see my patient as my brother, sisters, or family member. So I spend more time with them. I like to know their psyche. With the doctor, they are very transparent. They are fair. They come out with the real self, their difficulties, their pros and cons, their type of relationships, hurdles, the challenges, and there are so many things. Because in the present day, what is happening? Uh, the things are easily available, despite of the exodus in the population. Still, the families are becoming small, nuclear. From nuclear to, I'll say, individual, and I'll individual to even we are different. Even a single person is different in its own, because there is conflicts. There is a conflict between the external world that demands something else, and there is a conflict with our internal engineering or our mindset that we want to give this. For example, somebody wants me to do something which is undesirable, psychopathic activity. Obviously, I am not done it. I will not promote it. I will not be party to it. So I will say that we must, as far as the population at large, the readers at large is concerned, come with some sort of universal consciousness, universal brotherhood, and should move syndromically for a good cause, for good humanity, good values, good characteristics, which should be giving us everlasting happiness. So that's why I have touched yoga, mindfulness, as far as this book is concerned. What are the various ways out? What are the various systems? Yoga is not only the physical activity in the way it is being taken care of. By and large, it's more like a mental activity. I'm not talking only of meditation, yeah, or the self-fulfillment. There are so many things which one can get out of this book. So I will say that this is my message, that please go through this book, buy a copy, go through this book, and evaluate yourself. I will be rather very happy to have the feedback from each one of you in either way, because your feedback is going to solve the concept, the objective with which I have written the book. That can be corrected, that can be reshaped, that can be uh, forcefully taken in the way somebody proposes, if there is another way out of doing the things better.
So, sir, how can they connect you? Like, how can they contact you or give their feedback? Would you like to tell us, like, your Insta ID to our viewers or readers, that how can they contact you?
Yeah. So they can contact me on digital media, and I'm having a website also, so that will also be highlighted on my digital media, and then there'll be will be available on the blog also, so they can contact me on the blog also, or I can make a separate email for this, so that they can give me the feedback, they can ask me some question, and they can give their some criticism, some opinion, and they can of course put me on the right track. Because I will feel no one is perfect in this world, because despite of it, I must tell you one thing. See, I was attending American Academy of Neurology meeting, and over there somebody asked, raise the hand whosoever believes in evidence based. Where is the evidence? See, the evidence is lacking. Our eyes are having shortcomings, our ears are having shortcomings, our mind is having shortcomings, everything is having shortcomings. Even if we are going to think that as all the machinery available, all the gadgets available, all the scientific equipment available world over, it's not having shortcomings. They do have. In case we are going to talk of artificial intelligence vis-a-vis the other intelligence, I'll say the artificial intelligence, people do say, and in the graphic way also, that possibly the artificial intelligence is going to override the real intelligence. I don't agree with them, because basically artificial intelligence has come out of human intelligence. So it's more like a data collection on the basis of which the something has come out.
Yeah, it is
So
said
I think
there
I'll
is.
be available on I'll be available on the digital media, and that will be
Yeah.
very nice to interact with the audience, and to have their comments.
So a few lines in Hindi at last for our readers.
या मैं यही कहूंगा कि भी ये जो हमारा जीवन है, जब हम आते हैं तो कुछ साथ में नहीं लेके आते, ना नाम साथ में होता है, ना कुछ उसके बीच में कोई उपाधि होती है, ना उपलब्धि होती है, ना कुछ ऐसी चीज होती है कि जो हमने करनी है। सचमुच में बात तो यही है, हमारे जीवन को आगे चलाने वाली हमारी इच्छाएं हैं, पर ये हमारी इच्छाएं ही हैं जो हमें बाद में लेके डूबती हैं, या हमें कष्ट देती हैं, या हमें परेशान करती हैं। तो क्या हम अपनी इच्छाओं को वहां तक या किसी हद तक सीमित नहीं कर सकते, जिसकी वजह से हम अपनी जिंदगी को एक अच्छी तरीके से जी सकें, और उसका जो एक लक्ष्य है उसको प्राप्त कर सकें। लक्ष्य जिंदगी का यही है कि हम आए हैं दूसरों के लिए। क्यों? दूसरों ने ही हमें नाम दिया, दूसरों ने हमें काम दिया, दूसरों ने हमें नॉलेज दी, दूसरों ने ही हमें आइडेंटिटी दी, दूसरों ने ही हमें ईगो दी। यदि कोई है ही नहीं तो हमारी ईगो कहाँ है? सो वी हैव अर्नड एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम द वर्ल्ड अराउंड, from our relations, from the human beings. So we ought to give our whole thing to them. Of course, there is no free lunch. ऐसा नहीं है कि हमारा पेट भरने के लिए कुछ नहीं चाहिए। आफ्टर ऑल, जब भगवान ने भी बच्चे को पैदा किया तो उसको साथ साथ में भूख लगा दी, तो उसको माँ का दूध चाहिए। सी सेम, आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि भी दैट थिंग इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड। वो चीजें जरूरी हैं, पर उससे ज्यादा जरूरी है कि भी किसी ने कुछ साथ नहीं लेके जाना, सब यहाँ का यहाँ ही रह जाना। तो इस कर से जो कुछ भी आप कमा सकते हो, जो कुछ भी दुनिया को दे सकते हो, जो भी हंस के आप उसके साथ बांट सकते हो, बांटिए, जानिए। उससे पहले तो आप अपने आप को जानिए, जो चीज आपके अंदर है। जैसे हमारा सबकॉन्शियस माइंड है, उसके बीच में इतना ज्यादा डाटा पड़ा है। आफ्टर ऑल, मेरे हिसाब से तो सबकॉन्शियस माइंड का मतलब ही यही है एकाग्रता, उसका मतलब ही यही है अभ्यास, उसका मतलब ही यही है कि हमारे पास जो छुपी हुई ताकत है, जो भगवान ने हमें दी हुई है, जो दूसरे पक्षी हैं, जीव हैं, उसके कंपैरिजन में जो इंसान को दी हुई है, वो इतनी ज्यादा है, इतनी ज्यादा है कि यदि मान लो हम उसको उपयोग करें, उसका सदुपयोग करें, तो हम इतनी अच्छी जिंदगी, इसी को स्वर्ग बना सकते हैं, इसी को ही हम कुछ का कुछ बना सकते हैं, और जीवन के चार चांद लगा सकते हैं।
बहुत अच्छी बातें कही। ये शुभ संदेश मुझे लगता है हमारे सारे दर्शकों और पाठकों को बहुत पसंद आया। इन पंक्तियों के साथ मैं हमारे डॉक्टर साहब का बहुत तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगी, जिन्होंने अपना कीमती समय आज हमारे लिए निकाला। It was really nice talking to you, Dr. Suresh Bansal ji. I would like to wish you all the best for the launch of your book. May God give you success in all the field. Thank you so much.
Thank you, you all. Thanks for patience hearing. Thank you. Thanks a lot.